Hey there, Keane traders. This is Chris Keane from Keane Point of View. Let's start off by just taking a look at what we spoke about in the wake-up call. First, we're going to look at the scalping pairs. I was looking at the Euro JPY. I was looking for a break of this trend range that the pair had been resting in, and we did get a break of the range, and I went short around 126.40, I believe, and I was looking for 50 pips, and lo and behold, we reversed right there. Basically two pips short of my target. Ended up getting closed out at break even. About as frustrating as a trade can get. But then you can see the pair just broke right back into the range and didn't give us much. We'll look in Asian trading, see if we can get another play on this 126 level, 126.50 level. And but if you look at it in a larger context, the Euro JPY was down quite a bit for the day, and it basically had traveled almost. It had traveled almost 100 pips before it decided to decided to reverse courses, and that is basically the play that we had there. Anyways, the other scalping pairs was the Euro USD. I was looking for a break. Basically, it was like 135.10 was my initial line, but then I decided to wait to 135 and was looking for confirmation, and we did not get that reverse course actually rather drastically at that level. And the Aussie never really left that range. It broke through the range at 11.20, but I mean at 11, but I didn't like the setup there that late in the day with that pair, which has a really small ATR in the first place. But let's look at the bigger picture here, what we have going on. We have the ECB heading in tomorrow, and with that we can see that 135, 134.82 is going to be key. We're going to look for a bounce off this line, because I'm expecting probably a positive move here, as long as the ECB doesn't do anything exciting. That seems to be the case, where the pair will bounce, and you could see another cycle up higher, initially towards the 136, 137 level. So I'll be watching that with the ECB rate decision, and then more importantly with the Draghi press conference, and keep my hand on the trigger there, because those trades tend to happen relatively quickly following the press conferences. The Great Britain pound USD, on the other hand, is sitting right at the fib. What I would expect is that the pair will probably continue to trend there, and if we don't get a move higher, it favors a move back lower towards the 155 level. We'll watch that. And I might try to jump into that if we get any kind of action, definitely during the press conference, or if we get something in Asia. But we have been, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 24 hours. We've been basically sitting on this line, so it's not screaming at you to do anything. The Aussie had that breakdown we were looking for yesterday. Day short, dollar dime short. It's been the story so far this week. The pair, I guess you can remember, I went short right around the 50 fib on Friday on Tuesday before we had that reversal, but it did manage to push lower. We're going to see if we get a hold at 103, but basically as long as the pair is below 103.50, I'm favoring a continued move lower. 103 first target, 102.50, and then that would be the real juice to break. If we get below that, we can go all the way down to 101.45. And New Zealand's still in the wedge, still playing that trade is still playing out. Any move up back up to this top of this area could be another opportunity to go short, looking for a push down towards the bottom of the wedge. CAD, big story of the day, big move higher on better than expected data, and then it gave it right back. So we're still sitting right here in this range. Not much to do. I mean, the 99.43, you can go long, break below that, you can go short. If a move higher favors move towards 104, break lower down to 98.35, and the JPY, as we all know, resting up here at 93.40. This is going to be key. Actually, it's moving back down, 93.36. If we can get a break, finally some kind of give, we might get it in Asia. I mean, they're not going to care too much about the ECB and BOE tomorrow. Then we can see a push lower, and finally a little bit of tape pullback in these pairs, maybe down towards the 90.20 level, or maybe we'd find resistance initially around 91.50. Let's take a look at the yen pairs, just in case we do get that pullback, and I would definitely be watching that tonight. If we do get it, let's see which pairs we have in interesting positions. The first one would be I'm pretty sure, a second, the New Zealand JPY. We need to get this New Zealand JPY, as we spoke about last Thursday, broke the 76.60 level, moving up towards 80, which is basically going to be a first level of resistance. Actually, it's not even close to 80. But we'll be watching that for any pullback, and we get a reversal. We'll watch if there are reversals, I would jump into the hourly. The hourly bars, and look for some significant candles, such as that one could have actually been, and we obviously looking back towards the move towards that support there at 76.76. The Aussie JPY, same story, same setup. But this pair has moved right back after moving higher towards 797.50. The rest at 96.30. Break at 96.30 favors a move to 95.34. That's what I'll be watching for in that pair. The CAD, if we get a pullback, this would be an interesting one because it is sitting close to resistance right now. We could be on our way all the way back down to 91.40. You'd first target 92.50. So we're going to keep these targets and keep these levels just in mind in case we get the pullback that we're looking for. And the Great Britain Pound USD is traveling between 147.50 and 145. So any pushback there, we can find support at 145. So I would be definitely jumping these down to a 4-hour candle, and in Asia, probably all the way down to a 15-minute candle, looking for breaks in these zones and see what we can get. All right, everybody, good luck trading. Keep an eye for the ECB and the BOE tomorrow, and also definitely keep an eye on the JPY. For once, it looks like it might be finally getting a bit heavy, and we could get a pushback, but we first need definitely a strong, solid break of this 93.42 level to the top side. To the bottom side, excuse me. All right, everybody, good luck trading. Keep your trades keen.